Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our playthrough of the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition. My name is KPZ. Thank you for watching. Let's continue by talking to...
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode in Halcyon Helen's thrilling serial adventure.
We're not watching that, but we are talking to her.
Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Doesn't this guy have a life?
I don't believe so, Captain. Transmission incoming.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
Can't you just send him a message?
Oh, I've tried. I haven't been able to get through to him at all. Silence from the system's own information broker? Not a good sign.
Maybe he's dead. I'm guessing you want me to deal with it.
Hiram's peculiar silence leaves us with no other options. You'll have to meet him in person. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound.
Got some questions for you.
Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have.
I didn't want to go to your lab. All right, I'm off.
Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
Now, I mean, I don't know about Wells' motivations seem more geared towards taking down the board. My motivations would be getting my fellow colonists back alive out of frozen space. So, all right, look how far we're going to go, all the way to Monarch. AG-111A, Monarch, one of Olympus's many satellites, what should have been Halcyon's second habitable world, has long since been abandoned by the board due to monstrous ravenous creatures. So there is, that suffices. That's the sun, and this is another habitable planet, which interestingly enough, appears to be much farther away from the heating element. So, I find it funny that a planet that appears to be in the same orbit as another planet described as an icy planetoid is habitable. One would think it would have to be in this rotation. Like Tartarus would be where Hephaestus is, and Monarch would be where Terra 2 is. Anyway, I digress. Cascadia landing pad, I'm so tempted.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Congratulations. All right, where'd my robot go? Get over here. I need you to come down on the planet with me. All right, anticipating violent combat, why don't we take Felix and Sam with us and hit the button. Monarch appears to be shitty. Achievement, something's fishy, reach Stellar Bay. This planet, just based on what I'm seeing right here, appears to be very arid, which again doesn't make sense for a planet that appears to be so far from the sun. What do I know? This thing work on its own?
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Takes more than a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
I prefer to travel discreetly, if you know what I mean.
Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part. Please.
Go by Alex Hawthorne.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
I'm gonna have a look around town.
Mr. Sandra will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who's the Black Hole?
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie, the Hole Meister, the Hack Attack.
That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
But why is he called the Black Hole?
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
All right, well, that's all I ever need to hear on that subject.
Whatever you say, I could talk tossball for hours.
This poster we were talking about sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
All right, I'll ask about your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
All right, Tossball fan, let's go. All right, is this the bar that we have to go to? The Yacht Club. Interesting. Oh, this is Nyoka.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
We'll just keep listening.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn Rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Tiberius, are you always this drunk?
If you think this is drunk, I gotta, you need to get out more. Sit, partake, buy me a drink and let's chat.
I'm told you can get me to an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm
Brass
heading back
tacks.
out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
Sure, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
You won't find a better deal in Halcyon than our special one-time offer for a refurbished sanitation unit. Remember, if it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
What in the... That thing talks?
That's Sam. It helps me stay clean. Anyway, I'll go get those meds. Alright, we got a bunch of XP for not really doing a whole lot. Are we supposed to go see the boss somewhere? Let's look at a map. I'm sorry, the music is starting to bother me. Audio, music. I probably had this turned way down or off before, and I don't know why I had to do it again. I'm not saying that's better. In fact, it's really clear that's not any better or didn't really do anything. I want background music, not music. No. We'll go 20%. All right, that sounds better. Passion pills, the yacht club vendor. Weren't we going to see Sanjay What's-His-Nuts? All right, we're behind it. Much better.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Alright, thanks, Toots. Earlier I heard you say you were having money trouble.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon Barts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Are you a witch doctor? Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
You
Sort
are
of
an
the
idiot.
strong, silent type.
You're an idiot, lady.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Just ask him out on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
That's all I needed to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Talk to you later. All right, let's talk to Mr. Sanjay Nandi? Sorry about that.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
I'm charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony, I am going to stab someone. Quit looking at your wrist.
Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you were free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back?
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Ain't that right?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
I didn't realize Felix was going to be talking so much. So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawling back to your old masters.
Well, we can't continue to subsist like this either.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Enough preamble. What's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
How do you intend to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you until you said the phrase extremely powerful ordnance.
It is quite the rush.
Is it Viagra? Once you have the Bolt 52, what's the other part of your plan?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Why are you saying it that way?
Saying what? Which way?
Oh, you're copying me? Arms? You're saying arms instead of arms.
That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what.
I'm sure I'll know it when I find it.
Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
All right, I definitely want to read that terminal. Before I go, I need to ask you about something.
What can I do for you?
I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I'm looking for an information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
How do I get to Devil's Peak?
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
I've already met her. Gotta go. All right, I'll ask those other questions later. In theory. All right, where are we going? Yacht Club vendor. Bolt with his name. Cure Nyoka of her hangover. Why don't we do the Grim tomorrow and go speak with Velma Ballard, the manager of the Stellar Bay warehouse? Because she has information on this stupid poster that we need. I'm just guessing.
Musk and Canadize, right here.
Oh, on how to get there. I don't think that was the right choice at all. Nor do I think that this was the right choice. Hey, look, who is this person? What are you doing?
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Oh, schmucks. Alright, we're gonna have to go all the way around. Thought I could sneak in the back door. This guy's got a plasma scythe. Looks like it would hurt. This looks like a warehouse.
She's always cranky. No, I mean more than usual. Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
Alright, there's some interesting gossip. You know, I have a great idea. Instead of going directly to her, let's poke around and see what we can find about this lady being a biatch. This guy, the secretary?
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out. She's in a mood.
Nope, just some guy. Alright, found a vending machine. Found the shitter. Any free stuff in here? Nope, it's all owned. Stairs. I like stairs. Is this a computer? Official work on behalf of Monarch Solar Industries. Well, I'm getting that arms thing, so technically we're working on behalf of MSI. Alright. Lumpy fish in tank 23A. Saltuna situation, 4 batches rot in the warehouse because we're not finding buyers. Yeah, they're over at the place we started off at. Oops. No, get back down there. Seriously, where are you? You've missed 3 shifts. It's getting ridiculous even for you. So, some guy who makes lumpy salt tuna is missing. And we need a authorization code to access the personal files. And apparently that's not readily available. Velma's container key. We don't have that either. Steal the vermin. I'm not really interested in that. There's some salt tuna. There is Velma. Totally oblivious. We just ransacked her office. Yep, don't mind me. Just doing some maintenance. Now we can walk in and pretend that we were never inside. Oh, what happened there? Oil leak?
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine, she told me she'd shove you in your box, shove you in a box, not your box, if you keep running your yap like that.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Let me guess, you want me to go find him. Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit.
These MSI types are living the dream.
Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Yes. I'm here to ask about Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
No, that's kind of bullshit. Didn't Grimm just pay for the poster?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
You still have the poster, right?
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
And did you ever talk to Grimm and say, hey, I got a better offer for the poster?
Damn right it is.
Surely we can work something out.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Work with me. I'm helping you find Braxton, aren't I?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Why don't you just pay them more?
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
Sounds like a personal problem. I could talk to Caleb for you.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Oh, back to that place again. You said Braxton had been stealing drugs?
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Awfully nice of you not to say anything.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Who is this Catherine you mentioned when I first came in here?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
I'll talk to you later. All right, so we got some leads to work on. The Grim tomorrow. Velma's keeping the posters. We could just steal it. Braxton hasn't showed up in a couple of days. Caleb needs to return to work. Nyoka needs a steroid or caffeine something. And we still got to go to the abandoned building north of Stellar Bay and maybe delete stuff. All right, let's do this one. We're jumping around a lot, I know, I'm sorry. We're going to go find the agent in Stellar Bay and deliver it to Catherine. See if we can get some intel from her. It says it's just 19 meters away. Oh. Bloody note. You can make out the words Lilia and possible antediluvian? That sounds like alien technology. Alright, retrieve the missing passcode. Alright, let's look at our journal. Take the passcode you found on the Sublight agent's body to Catherine and Fallbook. She'll provide details on how to salvage the Alta Vitae gas. Can you mop that up, please? That looks like a work hazard. Just big things of fucking salt tuna hanging from the ceiling. Meanwhile, where we came from, the first planet, they didn't have any salt tuna at all. Why would they put the cannery there and not here? You know? Just things I think about when I'm trying to make sense. Alright, it's trying to take me out the door and I don't want to go that way. Is she outside? What? I'm not going there yet. Let's talk about this fucking tossball poster instead. Seems a little bit more local. And it would have involved a lot less walking. Can we run? We get our steps in. It's almost like I'd run forever. Alright, we're here at a place called the Left Field. Looks like an OTB parlor for tossball betting.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
I played for Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Don't you recognize me?
Darlings? Seriously? I mean, yeah, you're looking at the Darlings' newest recruit. Boss is a shoo-in for Rookie of the Quarter.
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
This is part of a goodwill tour of Halcyon. We're meeting our fans across the colony.
Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay really is a paradise.
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company. Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember that face.
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
Alright, we'll quietly clear our throat.
Look at me, getting carried away again.
You two need to
So,
get a room.
what can I do for you?
Velma tells me you outbid Grim for... Let's do this one instead. You said you were having trouble receiving the tossball game transmissions.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like it's done him any good.
Who's Graham?
All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Velma tells me I don't know who those other people are. I don't know who Graham is. Velma tells me you outbid Grim for a signed tossball poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
I think it's really brave of you to outbid Sanchar's best friend.
You mean dopey landing pad Grim? I didn't know he and Mr. Nandi were friends. I guess that changes things. Fine. Tell Velma that I don't want the poster anymore. I'll find something else to hang in my shop.
How about a picture of me? See you later. Alright, we handled that. No bloodshed. We'll go update Velma. Say, give the landing pad guy the fucking poster, because that's the only thing that brings meaning to his life, other than welcoming people at the landing pad. You soulless harpy.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
You're actually not. Can we come to an arrangement on Grimm's poster?
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Nell's no longer interested in the poster.
That's a surprise. Tossball being part of her business and all. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Something else on your mind?
Alright, we're out of here. Yay, we leveled up. Alright, what are we going to do with these points? Alright, I think we're good for now there. We're doing a lot of intimidating and persuading on a temporary basis from Felix. So I think I should improve tech a little bit. Alright, I think that's as high as we can go there. And so we'll put the rest into there. Call that a day. Alright, oops. Go in here to perks. Let's pick a new perk. Let's go with the interactable highlight range. Because I like interacting with stuff. Alright, we'll go talk to the landing pad guy and he'll be very happy. And maybe we will get something else from him. Information. I don't know. I just think it's kind of bullshit to try to sell it out from behind his back.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Here it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Oh, so you're not a true tossball fan. I can see that now. Alright. Ooh. Well, that's fancified. Felix has a tossball stick. Does 174 damage. We could give him this, which is 113. And stagger. I think I'm gonna keep that there, so it does more damage. So, and we got 625 bits. Well, there's a great reason to talk your way through that. And our rep went up. All right, well that was good. Why don't we take care of the pills business, and if we acquire a new companion, we can get rid of Felix, because he's interacting a little too much with everybody for my preference in some ways. He could have made us look bad with the boss, you know. Not cool. Hey, sexy lady.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
I've been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
Actually, the pills are for me.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
That is just awful.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
I don't know, Auntie. You'll have to pry that secret from my sweet little cheeks.
Aren't you a saucy thing? I may not be a fresh young thing anymore, but With age comes experience, dearie.
Why don't you show me a thing or two?
Much as I'd love to. My rheumatism is especially fierce at the moment, and I'm all out of my medicine. But I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. You were here for caffeinoid, weren't you? Who's it for?
It's for Nyoka.
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Does anyone else on Monarch have caffeinoid?
If so, I would love to know where. Sublight supplies don't come cheap. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you. But there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Oh, did he? Thought you were in charge around here, Ani. I mean, you sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Forget for fellow, huh?
Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
I guess I'll have to figure this out on my own.
Chin up, dearie.
Now, we could have intimidated her, but she just told me everything I needed to know. It's up here. It's protected by a lock and key. And we can just go like that and open it. I think. Ollie Toxifree. Oh, we could just steal it. Well, that's not fun. I like the idea of doing other stuff. Employee login. We'll just hack it. Alright. Patient records. Nyoka. Liver damage. Will increase. She's an alcoholic. Increase caffeinoid allotment. Alright. Good times. Can I look at my own medical records? Alright, I have none. Data storage. Let's look at Auntie Abigail. Oh my god. She is in love with the doctor. That's interesting. Let's look at the next one. Oh, she's kind of got some interesting ideas. Oh boy. She is kind of a horn dog. Alright, let's look at his experiment notes. Oh, he's experimenting on himself. That's interesting. Alright. Okay, he seems like a real winner. Alright, so we increased her dosage. We could have stole it, but that's not any fun. Let me go talk to Auntie Abigail.
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you?
Picking up a caffeinoid supplement for Nyoka Ramnarim Wentworth III.
Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
Your bifocals. Don't worry about it, Auntie. I'm sure you've been busy fantasizing about the doctor.
My, but you are a doll. Here's Nyoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now.
She's not the only one
Take care
that's
of
ready
yourself,
for it.
dearie.
Alright, so we got that horny old lady to give us stuff. She doesn't look that old, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, let's go find Nyoka by running as fast as we can. And we can get rid of Felix. So that'll be a win.
You're back. Good news? Bad news? All of the above?
I got your magic pills. These things are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
How about we have her wait at the docking bay?
A real big game hunter. You gotta give me some pointers.
A ship? Well, look at you. I'll find a spot there to call my own for now. Find me when you're ready.
All right. We are going to... We'll talk to Caleb and see what his deal is. We got about 8 minutes left in this episode, or 7 minutes or so I don't want to go wild. He's upstairs. Hey, look, here's the yacht club. Hello, Caleb.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
What are up with your eyelids? Yeah, Captain Tiberius the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with us?
What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be so bad that it made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Let's talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
How long can you afford to miss work?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
Any suggestion for how to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
Oh, what rumors?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Oh, well, let me go look. Alright, who needs to break into the guy's house and steal his stuff when we could just find it on a computer?
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Oh god, stop talking. Alright, that's his house, I guess. But we're gonna go right back there.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peels, the worker earns his meals.
Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick.
Don't aim it at me.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Why not just take one? Oh, they don't have water. Alright, what is that? Stogie Slims. Signs of a struggle? Dead body on the floor?
Murder? Hey, is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
Body bag dispenser empty. Please replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
That this dude has a body bag dispenser is so awesome. Alright, unnamed victim on the floor. We're totally destroying this crime scene, by the way. Tossball betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from Left Field Tossball Betting. Maybe he couldn't pay his debts and got whacked. Oh yeah, you guys come on in too. Let's just totally destroy the crime scene. Alright. A hastily packed suitcase, several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color, were stuffed in this suitcase. So maybe he's going to welch on his bets and leave town. There's 17 bits right there. I think we have to go to Left Field Tossball Betting. And say, what's happening? What happened? Where? Alright, I guess I don't, I'm not sure what quest this is, but wasn't it right here? The Left Field Tossball Betting? We're going the wrong way. Isn't it right here? No. It's back this way, maybe.
If it isn't the famous hacker, enjoying Stellar Bay. What can I do for you?
I found this betting slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
I'm listening.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Alright, well we got more skill points already, so let me see what I want to do with them. Alright, we put 3 points there. And these are all individualized now. That's at 50. So I guess the remaining 4 points we'll put into heavy weapons. Alright. Alright, now we have the quest. So let's go, sew this up as a way to end the episode. And we're going right there.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for that mess.
Oh, behind the bar. Of course we can't go that way. That makes way too much sense. Who is this?
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Calm down, take a deep breath, and tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Did you say there was a reward involved with this request?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
Why would he run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a mantiqueen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
All right. Where is Amber Heights?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak.
They could be.
Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
All right, I think that last scenario is probably extremely unlikely. I will help you find your son.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
All right, crackhead. Let's go back here and take care of some business.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Somebody shut this bitch up before I fuck start her face.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Oh, that makes sense. I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof.
Well, you
and not
just
that it's
admitted
any
it.
of your business.
I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
Just that I'm going to enjoy this.
Fulfilled.
All right. Killed a lot of people, but I wanted their stuff. Is that it? It sounded like they were a nuisance that needed to be gotten rid of, so I got rid of them. And I was really not damaged anyway. Ooh, we got a flamethrower out of the deal. See, they should have kept their weapons next to them. That's kind of a tactical error. Alright, so we got rid of those people. Can we wrap that up in any way? Alright, we'll go tell Sanjar.
You ever get sick of taking orders, Sam?
All SAM units have been programmed to obey customer directives.
Ain't your fault you've been programmed by the board. Whole colony's been programmed by the board.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you?
Speaking of business, Isaac Rose is dead, and I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
I've taken care of it. The killers are dead.
But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters.
Sometimes you've got to take matters into your own hands. Maybe I could have gotten their statements. They haven't been ready to kill me.
Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Thank you very much, Sanjar. All right. Well, I will see you next time, folks, on our playthrough of The Outer Worlds, Spacer's Choice Edition. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.